Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Rachel here, and today I am making clusters for my craft along. So if you've got anything that you want to be working on, then pull it out and just sit with me and have a little crafting session. So I'm making clusters, and I have got a selection here of different focal points that I want to be using. This was in my box of tricks, so I've just pulled out some different images, and these will be go to the front of my clusters. Just punch those out there before I forget to do them. So this particular one was from the Stamperia ephemera pack, so we'll start with that since I've picked it up. I'll line this one up next if I don't damage it in the meantime. So starting with the focal point makes it a lot easier for me. Otherwise I tend to find it really difficult to find a piece that will be the right size, because I'm quite limited in what I've got in my collection size wise. So if I do a bigger cluster, it's hard for me to find a bigger piece, but if I start with the bigger piece, then I can work and make it bigger and bigger and bigger. So I've got all sorts of little scraps in my box here. I want that edge to be a little bit more torn and raggedy, so I'll just rip the edge of it there. I don't think I need too much ink on this piece because it's going to be at the edge. Shall I put it on top, or should it be standing on there? So I just tend to play around and see what feels right. And just add glue to the edges that are going to be touching the paper underneath. Otherwise I'll end up with a mess. Although, maybe in me I'll still end up with a mess regardless. So I think we'll keep this one quite clean cut, with the smooth, sharp edges. And that can be the top bit. I'm going to have it overlap. Just make sure to get it really stuck down well. I'm going to set that off centre, just so it makes it look a bit more purposeful, because I think if I match these two edges up with these two edges, it's just going to look like I've tried to match it and it hasn't worked. So by offsetting it, it just makes it look a bit better. Right, I think I want to pull some of the brown tones out using some brownie coloured papers. So let's see what I've got. Some music paper. Yes, I like what I see there. This kind of mustard. No, that's not working for me, I don't like it. It's got a bit of both in. I think we'll keep that one out just in case. Oops. Pulling everything apart. Piece of torn book page. Right, let's play with these for a little while. And add that there. Just make sure I'm in shot. And you can just keep adding and adding and adding until it looks like it's got the right amount of balance and it just pops out from the page. So what I'm thinking is this would probably go on top of a flat pocket. I'm just going to let that peek out behind. Then I think that one will be about done. So I've just ripped that piece off because that can be used in something else. I like that. There's no need to use full pieces if you can save a little bit by tearing it. And it makes it less bulky as well when it's in your book. Okay, I don't like this space here, so I think I just need a little something to go on. What have we got? I just need like a tiny flower, or let's have a look in the big box, because I know there were some small flowers with that collection. Of course none are quite small enough. Oh, a little bird. Oh, it's facing the wrong way. Ladybird might be facing the right way. Okay, we'll make it. I'm just going to open that curtain to let a bit more light on the situation. I don't know if that helped. Right, ladybird flying in. Did you fly up there? Nope, sorry, don't like you. How about a bird on the handle? It still doesn't quite go far enough over. So I wonder if we just take a piece off. And then we can ink in that edge. And then ink around the outside. Still want the bird on. Yes, why not? See if I can get some use out of these tweezers that I've just bought. Tweezers that I've just bought. Oh no, I'm not very good at them yet. Especially not when I'm trying to do it left-handed. There we go, little bird sitting on the handle. So there's one. Set that over there. Right, how about this young lady? I'm not sure where she came from, I can't remember. Anyway, she's got some pink tones in her dress, very slight pink tones. So I think I'll continue with my pink theme, and perhaps we'll use some of this cheesecloth that I got off Etsy. I'll see if I can find a link to the lady's shop, because she had some gorgeous junk journal supplies in. Scissors. I'm just going to chop a bit off. for us to have a play around with. And then I want that chunk removing as well. I like that combination, I didn't expect to. Just tone that pink down slightly. What else can we add? Don't like that because I like to tear it so that the white edge is underneath usually. Let's just go with it, see what it comes up with. Because I like that that's introducing some of those green tones as well. Too bright. That's fairly gross, isn't it? You know, there's some papers that you just find in your collection and you think, what on earth was the designer thinking with that? That's one of those for me. Okay, I like that. I'm just trying to think if I've got some tabs somewhere. I'm sure I have. I'm going to ink this one first because it's a bit awkward. And I'll stick her down. So I just use my fingers as a guide of where not to put the glue. Alright, I like it. Do we want to layer over the top? They're a bit too chunky, these, really. Let me just see if I've got some tabs. Right, I'm just waiting for Cricut Design Space to finish updating, so I'll wait to do my tabs, but I'm planning on adding a divider tab and putting it here, and then this will go on that edge of the page, and then you'll be able to use that as a tab as well as a pocket to go behind there. But we'll finish that shortly. Alright, next piece. Looky dip, let's just get these people. We'll go with these. Right, I was hoping to do some different colours instead of all pink. What have we got here? Do something quite festive with these people, I think, because they're wearing winter clothes. It's not exactly Christmas music, but bit of green possibly. more red, even more red. Right, yeah, let's not think too much, just start sticking. So I do have a Christmas journal that's assembled, but I need to decorate it, so I'm starting to think about some things to use on there. I know Christmas starts early in the crafting world, but I do struggle to start too early. I tend to prefer to get Halloween done first and then think about Christmas things. But we'll make a small start, nothing too major. And then at least if we get a little stash of festive things, then it won't be as much work to do in a short space of time when it does come around to that time. Okay, so I've torn the edge of that one and the edge of the cream coloured one at the top and one at the bottom, just to make it balance out a little better, add a bit more visual interest as well. Want a small amount of that green showing through. Do want a torn edge because it's looking very straight at the moment. What are you working on today? Are you doing clusters like me, or are you thinking of, are you just working in a journal, or are you trying to work on something completely different? I like that pop of bright red at the top. Need a bit of extra red down the bottom. Need to break that up. So I need some focal points. I need to get stashed up. That doesn't sound right. Stashed up? Yeah. I need to get a stash together of different focal points, because I tend to use these paper dolls a lot, but I just want some other ideas. I have been on the graphics fairy to gather a few different images, which I've done. So I've done that myself. Some of the free images that they've got on there. And I intend to print them out, colour them possibly, and then use them in things like this. But if you guys have any recommendations, then please share where you get your digitals from, or any ephemera packs that contain good centre images. I'll be most grateful. Yeah, I'm going to make that a bit more off-centre. And there we go. So that would be good down a wide side pocket or on a journal card or something like that. Let's try and set all these to one side where they can be found again. I just saw something there and now I've lost it. Had a metal embellishment, a little bird cage. There it is. I think we'll use this next. Now, I think I would like to attach it to a piece of fabric, so I'll just go and have a look in my fabric box. I found this small piece which was begging to be used. Actually, I'll add ink afterwards, I think. So I'm just going to attach that using this brad. If I can get it to go through, that is. Oh, it's too wide. I'll have to see if I've got another one. Otherwise I'm going to have to stitch it up. Right, I've got a really tiny one. Oh, I thought it might slip all the way through, but it doesn't. It's a different colour, but I'm not too worried about that just now. Popped out. The choice was copper, gold or silver coloured, and I thought copper would be the most vintage looking one. So split that pin behind, and then I'm just going to trim a little bit off the top to balance it out a bit, because I've done that slightly too low down. And I'll see if I can tease some of these threads out to give a bit of a frayed edge. And that again just adds more interest. So far this looks a bit random, doesn't it? A little bit random. But we're not worried about that. Okay, what colours are we going for? I said not pinks. I like a bit of green. Is this too much? I feel like it might be too much. I'll see if I've got something that can pull this peach colour out a bit. Book page. Oh look, pinky peach. But it does look nice with that copper, so I might use that. How about just a variety of warm tones? That might work. All sorts of everything in my craft box. My scrap box, I mean. Too deep. Right, so I'm going to make a little frame kind of torn around this. Get rid of those straight edges. Keep it as close to the bottom as possible. And then that just gives us a nice even background to show through the fabric. There's probably a better glue out there to use, but I just use tacky glue for everything. Don't think I need that one, do I? Why not? We'll add it. Again, try not to overthink everything. Just find a space, stick it down. It's nice to have some textured pieces of card as well, like this. I find it adds even more dimension. Whoopsie, I keep doing that because somebody told me that laying your tacky glue down flat stops it from clogging up fast. So I always do that, but I've got a pile of stuff here. Sorry if you can hear the little dog in the background. This week I'm looking after my auntie's dog. She's a miniature poodle and she's very cute. but she's just getting a bit excitable when people go past. She sits on the, I've got an armchair in the window, and she sits in there watching people go past and shouting at them, as you can hear. She's been a very good girl though. So we're a bit worried about how she would settle, but she's settled absolutely wonderfully. She's doing everything that she is supposed to do. So my auntie's quite relieved, I think. See if I can turn that out a bit. As it already oh! Thought I was going to pull the whole thing apart there, but I didn't. Thankfully. Just looks a little bit wonky because this line isn't straight. So this is quite a bulky cluster. But variety is the spice of life. Pretty. I've got this photo of a baby at the seaside. It is an unknown baby. It was found in a, well, I bought a collection of photographs and this was amongst it. So, I'll include him. All of the aging of the photograph has been done for me, hasn't it? Let me put this little ticket behind because it's a seaside. I'll pop that in there. Because there might be a Blackpool or something like that. Blackpool, there's lots of rides and Punch and Judy shows and things like that. Or at least there was. But sometimes there's still, I think. Right, so what colour are we going to go for with that? I'm thinking beachy type colours. This seems to have gotten big quite fast. I might keep it fairly simple. So what I mean by beachy colours is the colour of the sand, the colour of the water. And how about another blue piece at the top? Use some of that one, zigzag. more interesting shape. Yep, I'm gonna add that and call that one done. I think I've added too much glue to that ticket. Okay, now what I really need to do is make some smaller clusters. Oh, we'll use this one as well at some point. Yeah, some smaller clusters, I think, seem to be getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So to embellish on possibly paper clips and smaller pockets, things like that. Oops, didn't mean to do that. This is the wonder of having coordinating papers. Double-sided is really useful because you can just flip it and stick it. You don't really have to think about the coordination of it. I do kind of want a stamp on that one. Never mind, right, that will do for him. Now I saw some nice purples in here. Where's they gone? Oh, doily might be nice. Never mind, the purple seems to have disappeared. It'll turn up when I least need it. Let's put that up there for something a bit different. So I can do it without wrecking the whole thing. That works quite well. A bit of paper doily. Now there's a scrap I never thought would actually get used. it's a nice little piece to go on top of a corner pocket or something. Yep, we'll leave that. I eventually managed to get Cricut working and I made one of these tabs. So I'm just gonna, again, add some ink to the edges. Some dimension and edging. Fold it. You can get the cut file for these on my website if you have a Cricut machine yourself and you want to make some tabs. You can purchase that on there. Let's just see if I've got some. I'll just squish it down with this pair of scissors instead of getting up to find my bone folder. How lazy is that? I just really want to crease that in so it doesn't ping open. And then I'm going to place that on there. Plenty of glue inside. Because it's quite absorbent, this craft card. And then I need to weigh that down with something. This will do for now. So that will be stuck into the journal, lined up with the edge. And then when the book closes, you'll have a tab poking out and then you can use it to find the space. And then you can leave this edge open and have that as a pocket to stick a tag or something in there. Right, so what I need to do now is go and add some stitching details to some of them. Just again for a touch of extra texture. I'll take them all up, but I don't think I'm going to stitch them all. And then I'll bring them back down and show you what we've made. Here's what I've made today. We have the wheelbarrow, if it wants to focus, with a little bird on. I added some decorative floral stitching to the little girl. A few zigzags to the gentleman. Just going to take some of those down a little touch. I don't mind having a little bit of spiky cotton. But I think it was a bit overwhelming for that tiny piece. And then some more decorative ones here. This I thought looked like a Christmas tree branch, so that's why I chose that one. It's nice, I like that. And then the bird cage, I made a little frame around that, just with some zigzag stitch, because I thought that the fabric piece was a bit too bland, so I spiced it up a little bit by adding that frame. Young man at the seaside, or young lady, I think it's a little boy. I just added some cross stitches. It was done on the machine as well though. And I think that is all of them. So thank you very much for watching once again. I will see you on Tuesday for a tutorial video, so I look forward to seeing you then.